Good day, guys. We are here to show you how to read an echo sounder. Cadet, what is our ground clearance?
Time check, sir. 12:36. Our ground clearance is 40 meters.
Thank you. Cadet, what is our ground clearance?
Time check, sir. 12:37. Our ground clearance is 20 meters.
Thank you. Cadet, what is our ground clearance?
Time check, sir. 12:38. Our ground clearance is 40 meters.
Cadet, what is our ground clearance?
Time check, sir. 12:39. Our ground clearance is 20 meters.
Cadet, what is our ground clearance?
Time check, sir. 12:40. Our ground clearance is 40 meters. Sige. Cadet, what is our ground clearance?
Time check, sir. 12:46. Our ground clearance is 40 meters.
Thank you. Cadet, what is our ground clearance?
Time check, sir. 12:47. Our ground clearance, sir, is already 60 meters.
Thank you. Cadet, what is our ground clearance?
Time check, sir. 12:48. Our ground clearance, sir, is already in 50 meters.
Thank you. Cadet, what is our ground clearance?
Time check, sir. 12:49. Our ground clearance, sir, is already in 20 meters.
Cadet, what is our ground clearance?
Time check, sir. 12:50. Our ground clearance, sir, is already in 22 meters.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's all. Here are some questions that we will answer. Question number 2. Explain the application of information derived from the echo sounder. Echo sounding is a type of sonar used to determine depth of water by transmitting acoustic waves into water. The time interval between emission and return of a pulse is recorded, which is used to determine the depth of water along with the speed of sound in water at the time. An echo sounding system consists of a transmitter, a receiver that picks up the reflected echo, electronic timing, and amplification equipment, and an indicator graphic recorder. Number 3. Illustration and explain the principle of echo sounder. Echo sounder, an older instrumentation system for indirectly determining ocean floor depth. Echo sounding is based on the principle that water is an excellent medium for transmission of sound waves and that sound pulse will bounce off a reflecting layer, returning to its source as an echo. Number 4. Describing the error of echo sounder. The velocity of propagation in water, the velocity of acoustic wave changes if temperature or salinity or pressure changes, and since velocity is not correct, the depth recorded will be inaccurate. Stylus speed error. The stylus is rotating with a certain constant speed, and the speed of the stylus that the time is taken for the stylus to travel from top to bottom is exactly equal to that for an acoustic pulse to travel twice distance of the range selected. Multipath echoes. The echo may be reflected a number of times between the keel and seabed, thereby giving multiple depth marks on the record. In such case, the first echo is the correct depth. Thank you, sir.
Sir, this is Cadet Ebrahim Chu, and this is my explanation. For number one, echo sounding is a type of sonar used to determine the depth of water by transmitting acoustic. This information is then typically used for navigation purposes or in order to obtain depths for charting purposes. And for number two, echo sounder, an older instrumentation system for indirectly determining ocean floor depth. Echo sounding is based on the principle that water is an excellent medium for the transmission of sound waves, and that a sound pulse will bounce off a reflecting layer, returning to its source as an echo. For the last number, um, the main error of the echo sounder for me is the velocity, because the propagation in the water or the velocity of a wave changes, the temperature and salinity or pressure will change. And since velocity is not in correct order, the depth recorded will be inappropriate or inaccurate. Thank you, sir.